ready?
Let's go.
Well, the only Lamar I've ever heard of was the singer. And
Kendrick
I loved...
Lamar.
No, Lamar.
Lamar?
If there's any justice in the world.
Okay.
He had a really good voice.
That's what's up. I have a horrible voice. My name is Zilla Valentine from Global Grind. I have a horrible voice, but you have a great voice.
No, but you're already really high in my estimation because I love Lamar.
Thank you. So I want to ask you a quick question. It has nothing to do with Star Wars because, you know, we're very secretive about it. What's your favorite Beyonce song?
Love on Top.
Love on Top?
Yeah.
That is a great song.
Do you know, and it's funny because I was actually listening to the album Beyonce, which is such a good album. And there's like Blow and EXO and Superpower. But I think Love on Top just gets me.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So you are an official member of the Beehive.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
I honestly don't know a single person that wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like that is something that is uncontestable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
There's a great scene in the trailer where you're like on this hill, you're swinging a lightsaber, and then Luke is up there.
Yeah.
Was that really you? How did you guys film that scene where you go up to the hill? And
that was really me.
Wow.
I did a lot of, they released this featurette thing yesterday that showed us training. And we had to go back because there was a certain type of year that the weather was right for doing it or something. The first one hadn't come out yet, so it was like very peculiar. Or had we been back? Maybe we had. Maybe the film was out, but I trained very hard to obviously learn the moves and everything. But then it was actually pressure because it's one thing with the crew because you get used to the crew, and then I was like, there's Luke.
So that was a few months before we started principal photography. We went out to Skellig Michael, which is the actual island off the coast of Ireland where we shot that stuff. And we could only get out there for like 2 days, so we had to just do a couple scenes there, and that was one of them. So that was like day 2, and I got such great memories. It was a really small crew because we couldn't get many people on the island. And it felt kind of like we were making a student film. It felt like it was just a couple of friends kind of with the camera. And when that low shot of Daisy, when she's swinging the saber around, I was like, oh, can we do like this kind of kung fu style shot? I was like, are we allowed to do this in a Star Wars movie? And like, no one stopped us, and so we did it. And I was like, it looked amazing. And so I have great memories, actually, of filming that whole little scene.
So I saw in the trailer, and I talked to everyone else, Ryan and Daisy. You guys filmed part of this like on a rock in Ireland.
Yeah.
How was it hiking up there to film that scene?
Let me tell you something. I said to the people, how long do you give the crew to get up there? They said about 45 minutes. I said, give me at least 2 hours. Because these are stone steps like this high, and it just goes up and up and up, and I mean, it just never ends. So I would sit and rest for a while. There's these indigenous, they're the porgs of Skellig Michael. They're called puffins. They're little penguin-sized birds. And since they're protected and their only predators are seagulls, they're very curious. They sort of swarm around you. You know, they don't get up in your lap, but put your hand out and they'll kind of come up and give it a peck or two. And then you say, okay, I'm good after resting a few minutes. And then you do the next stage of it. And it's treacherous. There's no guardrails or whatever. People have been killed, just falling off the steps.
Kylo Ren and Rey's relationship.
Yeah.
How do you see that? Is it a love story? Is it a bad? Like, what is it? How do you see it?
Well, I mean, it's tough talking about a movie you can't talk about. Part of the fun of this movie is seeing how their relation develops, and where it goes. So I don't want to tip too much, but I will say that my favorite, one of the scenes that really hooked me in The Force Awakens was the scene where he's trying to read her mind, the interrogation scene. And there was something in that connection of these two people who couldn't be more different, totally opposite. He's the embodiment of kind of the evil side, and she's the good, but they both are the two people in this story that share this power. And the notion of, like, with these two opposing forces, what's going to happen if we force those to kind of spark off of each other? What's going to happen? That was the big thing in this movie where I was like...
That was your candy.
That sounds interesting. That's what I was going to go for. Yeah.
Godzilla!
Yeah.
Zilla bitch!